Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blissful Living Podcast. It's Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, the queen of feeling fabulous. And I'm so happy to be here with you all today. I love the topic that we're going to be discussing with my guest, Peggy Moore. And the topic today is From Tired to Thriving, Your Midlife Reset. And so, I want you to ponder that for a minute because, being a fabulous queen that's bold, brave, and unstoppable, sometimes we have to embrace the various decades that we may be in or that we may be getting to. And sometimes just having a little bit more information can help us to gracefully go through the many transitions in our life. That's basically what I'm saying. So, while you ponder that, I'm going to tell you find a place to sit, get something to write with, have your favorite beverage. Today, I'm drinking water. And tell your family, if you're listening to this during family time, to give you a few moments so you can capture the nuggets of gold that Peggy Moore is going to be sharing with all of us today. And while you're doing that, let me take care of business. I want to thank our sponsors, Blissful Living for You at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. They specialize in utilizing Ayurvedic, holistic, natural medicine principles that's been around for about 3,500 plus years to helping you have wellness, wisdom, and wealth in your life, as well as in your business. So if that's piquing your curiosity or you want to find out what your dosha is, the dosha of your company, all that good stuff, then you want to check out Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. Next sponsor is All Day Cable Incorporated. All Day Cable Incorporated is a premier telecommunications installation company located in the heart of Silicon Valley. They've been in business since 1990, and they specialize in installing voice data and fiber optic cabling, all things network distribution, router, modems, wireless access points, whatever you need so that you can communicate with your customer on the other end, no matter what medium it is, right the first time. Then you want to check out All Day Cable Inc. at alldaycableinc.com. All righty, so are you ready to jump into our topic? From Tired to Thriving with Miss Peggy Moore. Hey, Peggy, first of all, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I am great. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for saying yes to being a guest, to sharing us, bestowing nuggets and words of wisdom on us with regards to our topic. And I want to jump right in. So let me ask you, first of all, what exactly do you mean when you say from tired to thriving?
That's such a good question. So, I specialize in taking care of and helping and working with women in midlife and whatever midlife could be for you. I have clients in their 30s. I'm in my mid 50s. But I think society kind of pushed us into this be a boss babe, do everything. And I spent so many years I was an ICU nurse, and so I had a very busy career, and I also had 3 children. And I was trying to do all the things. I was trying to be the perfect mom and the perfect nurse, the perfect employee, the perfect leader, make sure my kids had all their activities and all the things. And I just ran myself ragged, trying to do all the things that I felt was expected of me until finally my body said, and I had little signs along the way, but of course I ignored them. I pushed them aside because I'm like, as especially as a nurse, as a critical care nurse, you don't complain. You just get in there and you do it. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you don't feel good. You just get in there and you take care of that patient, which is my job, and I love
Right.
my job. But between my job and trying to be that quote perfect mom, perfect housekeeper, perfect hostess when we had parties, it really took a toll on my health, my mental health, and my physical health. And I just got to where I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm just tired. I'm just
You
tired
know,
and my body
I
aches
think,
and I don't feel good.
you know
And
what,
that's not how
Peggy,
I
this
want to
is
be. That's not how I want to live the rest of my life.
right. You know,
So
what's funny
tired.
is I can totally relate. Like, I'm a nurse. My background is emergency room nursing, trauma, and flight nursing. And I'm laughing because I'm like, gosh, she sounded like me back in the day. Like, I had my kids, I worked nights. I was smart enough though to find a company where I could work 20 hours a week and I just made a lot of money, right? And just,
Right.
per diem and stuff, right? But that wasn't the point. It was like I came from a family where you cooked every meal. So my dinners, my kids always had hot
Yes.
meals. Did all the cleaning. I did all the laundry. I was this, person out in the community. I'm going to all my kids' activities. And I'm like you, but I didn't get tired. I didn't burn out in that capacity of my physical well-being. I started burning out with the mental challenges. Like I just got to the point where I just said, I'm not going to do this anymore. And when you make those changes, the people around you that have somewhat been benefiting, whether it's work or at home or friends, whatever, they look at you like you're crazy. And you're like, yeah, no, I need to start doing what's best for me versus what's best for everyone else and put myself first instead of last. So I'm loving this because I've been telling people this for a long time. It's amazing when bright minds come together and we think alike, how much information we can share that people didn't even realize that they were going to be getting from us today. But now my next question with you, Peggy, is, and first of all, let me tell you all, Peggy is a registered nurse with over 25 years of experience in critical care and trauma recovery for our United States soldiers. Today, she blends her clinical expertise with functional medicine and integrative health to help women in midlife restore health, energy, balance hormones, and reclaim their vitality. And as the founder of More Health and Wellness, Peggy empowers women through personalized coaching, educational programs, and speaking engagements, guiding them from feeling tired to truly thriving. And so I want to give you all, so you know that we are talking to a seasoned professional. She's got 25 years, I got 35 between the two of us. There's 60 years of information between two beautiful people, and you can't pay to get this information anywhere else. So especially for free. So now, Peggy, the next question I want to ask you is, many women feel like fatigue, weight gain, hormonal changes are just a part of the aging process. And of course, we know as women, sometimes we experience them earlier than what the norm is, what actually is talked about, or a little later. Why do you believe that's a myth? And how can women rewrite that story? And you know what? I want you to hold tight because we got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to the Blissful Living Podcast. I tell y'all, you want to stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Okay, welcome back to the Blissful Living Podcast. It's Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, with Peggy Moore. And before we left to go, on a break, my question to Peggy was, why do you believe that many women feel like fatigue, weight gain, and hormonal changes are just a part of aging? And how can women rewrite that part of their story?
That's such a great question. And I talk to so many women who have the same story as I had. I was tired, but I wasn't sleeping well. So I went to the doctor and I told him, and they gave me a pill. I was having trouble with weight gain around the middle. I just couldn't lose it. I was, eating like 700 calories a day and exercising, doing all these things and couldn't lose any weight. So they gave me a pill. I went in for, I felt I had some thyroid issues. They're like, your labs are fine. And I feel like so often I talk to so many women, we go in and we try to explain these symptoms. Conventional medicine only has a short amount of time to talk with these women, to talk with us, and their solution is always diagnosis and let's give you something to fix it. They're not able to dig in and look a little deeper. And that's what functional medicine is. So when I finally found a functional medicine provider who actually listened to me, I'm like, wait a minute. You want to know all the story? You want to know
You're like, wait a
all
minute. It's almost 15 minutes. Is my time up? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow, she wants to know it all. And we put the whole picture together. We did some root cause analysis and we were able to figure out the problems. I actually had Hashimoto's. I believe you've done a podcast on that and I listened to it. It was awesome. And so I had some deeper issues that conventional medicine just kind of overlooked. And I feel like kind of gaslighted me and said, oh, you're fine. And so I feel like women, from all the women I've talked to, are told this so often: you're fine, just get up and get it done. It
It's a
doesn't
part of
matter if you're tired or if
aging.
you don't feel good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You
And
know,
that is a
ladies,
myth.
it is a myth because um, I guess I'm one of those kind of people that kind of have um, not gone the traditional way, so to speak. I've always been practicing holistic medicine, even when I was clinically practicing in the hospital setting. And I would share that, my holistic wisdom with my patients as well. But um, I've always practiced it. So to me, it was natural. And I would tell these ladies that would come in, like, don't you leave here without understanding, one, what you have, and two, why that diagnosis came and why are they giving you this medication? I said, I can explain to you, but it's the physician's duty to you to educate you so that you can be proactive in your healthcare. But what happens is so many of us, we rely on the basic care that is given to us, the basic time that is given to us, because we feel that's just the norm. And we don't want to take too much time with that physician. So we leave confused, right? But with functional medicine, like you say, it's not just, hi, what do you have today? Let me treat that and give you a pill for that. It's like, let's dig deep and see what else is going on with you. Why, like you said, the root causes of why you are experiencing this. Because maybe you just need to adjust some things without any pharmaceuticals, and you can do it holistically and naturally. And so, Peggy, my next question for you is, um, hormonal imbalance. Now, any woman that's gone through menopause or is going through menopause or premenopausal or postmenopausal, any of that kind of stuff, we know that naturally, as well as in men, our hormones begin to change as we age. And so I want to ask you this: how hormone imbalance actually really impacts energy, mood, and well-being. And what are some simple steps women can take today to start restoring that balance in a more functional way?
That's such a great question. And when you think of hormones, you think of those hormones like the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, but you've got to also look at cortisol and metabolic hormones. And the nice thing about looking at a root cause analysis is you can see how all those hormones are working together in your body. I spent so much time, I would see an ad for this or an ad for that and be like, oh, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I spent so much money on all these different things, all herbal remedies, holistic medicine, all the things, but it wasn't personalized for my body. And so I was just throwing darts at a wall. So by getting to the root cause and really looking at, where is your estrogen? Where is your progesterone? What trajectory are they going on? Where are you at in that journey of life? Looking at cortisol, being able to kind of track that and see what's going on. Is that why you're not able to sleep at night? Is that why you're not able to lose the weight? So all these play in the body kind of like an orchestra all together. And by looking at them, we're able to target, oh, this is a little low, or this may be a little high. How can we adjust it so that you feel better? Because that's the objective. It really doesn't matter what those numbers are, it matters how you feel.
Right.
So, but looking at those numbers, we can kind of tell what to tweak and what can get you feeling better and get you more energy and feeling like your old self again, not tired, not achy, feeling like you can do all the things that you want to do in midlife and beyond.
I love it. I love this conversation. And for all of you who may or may not know, educating the masses, cortisol is that stress hormone. Sometimes we hear about adrenal fatigue. That used to be big about 10 years ago. We don't hear anything about adrenal fatigue now. But just so you all know, educationally, estrogen, progesterone are the female hormones, female reproductive and female hormones. And cortisol is the stress hormone that gets released that can cause some havoc in our bodies. But if you know some things like what Peggy's going to share with us some more, then you can circumvent some of these spikes and dips and all this kind of stuff that's going to cause you to have signs and symptoms that's not going to make it pleasurable for you or anybody else in your family to be around you. So we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back. And when we come back, I want to ask Peggy, with regard to, we're talking about how we are, how we're feeling, what we may be experiencing. And we want to transition now into one thing that's hugely important is our mindset, and how our mindset plays a major role in helping us to reclaim energy, health, and what we can do as women to reframe some of the things that we have going on within ourselves, during the many seasons of life that we'll experience. So we'll be right back, and we'll have Peggy answer that question for us on the Blissful Living Podcast in just a few moments. Stay tuned. It's time to go share with your girlfriend. Like, girl, you need to be tuning in to this. You need to listen to this. What they talking about is about us. All right. Okay. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Okay, hello, welcome back to the Blissful Living Podcast. The Queen of Feeling Fabulous here with Peggy Moore. And before we went on break, I asked Peggy to ponder and give us thoughts about this question with regards to mindset and how mindset plays a role in helping us to reclaim our energy and our health. And then there's a part 2 to that, but I want her to just kind of explain to all of us with regards to the dirty deed that our mindsets can do that can wreak havoc on our health and well-being.
That's such a good question, because when you really think about it, your mind does control so much of your body. And I think one of the most important things that I teach women is to really get in touch with your body. I feel like we do this run, that we forget to listen to our body. And when we can really just take a minute, just take a breath and really listen. What are the thoughts in my head? What is my heart doing right now? Is it pounding for no reason? What can I do I can take a deep breath, and I can sit, and I can use my mind to tell myself, it's okay. I'm not running from a tiger. That deadline is okay. I'm going to get it done. I always get it done, right? I can handle this situation because I know I've handled situations like this before. So using our mind and kind of retraining it to be in that state of I have control, I'm okay, helps with our mind controls the physiological things in our body, such as our breath rate and our heart rate. And by working on some reframing in our mind some things that may be causing some stress, and getting in touch with our body, we can reduce that cortisol, that stress hormone that wreaks havoc in our body. I could talk for days on that,
Right.
but will help us to not only feel better and be more energized, but also help us to lose that weight that we want to lose, be less achy in our joints because our inflammation will be lower. So using those mindful techniques and really being in tune with your body, taking the time to listen. I think as women, we get so busy and we listen to everybody else. So we listen to our kids tell us they don't feel good. We listen to our husband tell us he doesn't feel good. But when we don't feel good, we just push through. And we need to take that time to give our body the rest and honor our body in a way that we can't pour from an empty cup. We have to be able to fill our cup so that we can help our families.
I love it. A lot of great points there. And I totally believe that in order for you to be in control of anything, you first have to understand that you've got to slow down to understand what's going on, right? So often, like you were saying, we hustle around and we rush around during the day. We might have a little ache in our knee or, in our lower back or whatever. And particularly as nurses, we'll just keep on rushing through, taking care of our patients, and I'll take care when I get home or whatever. But those little things is what our body's telling our mind, hey, you need to stop for a moment. You need to slow down. How about to spend some loving time with yourself for a few moments? And in the midst of that, that is actually how you really develop the actual communication with your body, because you actually stop and take time to listen, right? And it doesn't have to be, I know you can agree, Peggy, it doesn't have to be a long time, right? It could be,
No.
5 minutes or a minute, but it's just getting in the habit, like Peggy says, of stopping and paying attention to what our body's talking to us. It speaks to us more than we can ever imagine. And it's in those little subtle signs that we need to pay the most attention to with regards to what it's saying. Okay, so I have to take another quick break. But when we come back, I'm going to ask Peggy this question. I'm going to share it with her right now. What are the biggest mistakes you see women making when it comes to their health in our midlife arena, and what should they be doing instead? So we'll be right back to the Blissful Living Podcast with Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson and Peggy Moore in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the Blissful Living Podcast. It's Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson here, and I'm super excited because this question that I'm going to be asking Peggy, I dropped it before we went to break, but this is going to be a game changer for so many of you. And if you hone in, remember I told you to take that piece of paper and that pen, pencil, so you can capture nuggets of gold. If you hone into this will be a game changer to help you realize some things about what we women go through as we age. So Peggy, what are the biggest mistakes you see women making when it comes to their health in the midlife arena, and what should they be doing instead?
I think the biggest mistake that I see over and over again, and I did it too, is this culture of over dieting and over exercising. I think women, we need to get to a place where we don't look at food as good or bad. Food is nourishing to our body. I have a client that is really stuck in this right now. She's like, I just can't eat more because then I go over my calorie. And I'm like, but your body needs the nourishment. If you're looking at a balanced plate of fruit, of vegetables and proteins and a little bit of carbs, if you balance that plate, you will help your body so much. You won't have those sugar cravings because your body will have got what it needs. When we starve our body by dieting, that's tell me, is it working? When you get in older age, it does not work. You have to nourish your body and feed it what it needs. And then this crazy over exercising, we need to strength train as we get older, but we don't need this crazy 500 reps. We don't need this crazy push, push, push. I I'll just tell a little story real quick. I have a lot of friends that do this boot camp, and I love boot camp. I'm not saying there's nothing bad about boot camp, but boot camp stresses me out because you got to do this, and this amount of time, and this, and it's just like I feel like I can't get a full rep in. I can't get the stretch that I need. I can't get. I don't have good form, and so it was really enlightening to me to be able to step back and say, I'm not going to do boot camp. I'm going to go in the gym and I'm going to do what's good for my body. I'm going to do full reps. I'm going to strengthen and lengthen and take my time and give my body what it needs without all that anxious energy. And I think when, especially in midlife, when we are stressed about this mid-weight that sometimes we get in our middle and we're stressed about that, we tend to go to what's been taught us for so long. Cut your calories and exercise. In fact, if you go to the doctor, that's what they're going to tell you, right? Cut your calories and exercise more. And in midlife, that doesn't work as well. We need a more balanced diet to get our body the nutrition and nourish our bodies, and then strengthen our bodies in a way that provides strength to our bones and to our muscles, but doesn't cause the spike in cortisol or the spike in that adrenal hormone that can get a little crazy in older age because we've taught it to do that for so long. So, kind of retraining our body as well as retraining our mind.
I love it. Wonderful words. Thank you for sharing this, because I think sometimes we want to overcomplicate the process and do all these different things, and then wonder why sometimes you just get to a plateau. You may hit it and it go fast or whatever you're looking to do. And then you get to a plateau and you can't get past that plateau. And basically sometimes overworking, over focusing, over stressing about all the stuff that's natural to begin with causes more cortisol release, and it really helps to circumvent the progress that you're looking to achieve, right? So wonderful words of wisdom. Now, you all, there'll be more in the show notes for Peggy, how you can reach Peggy, get her information. I suggest you follow her, look her up on social media, and really engage with her so you can learn how she can help you to step into being that brave, bold, and unstoppable woman utilizing functional medicine, which is absolutely wonderful for you. And to all of you out there listening, please share the show, subscribe it with everyone you love and care about. To our sponsors, I want to thank you, Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com, as well as alldaycableInc.com. And Peggy, is there any last words of wisdom within the next 30 seconds you'd like to share with the listeners and the viewers?
I am just so grateful to be on this show. And I just want to say that you don't have to be tired and achy and not have any energy. You can thrive now and for the rest of your life.
I love it. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you all. Stay tuned. Again, it's been a pleasure having Peggy Moore, and a pleasure of being able to chat. And we can't chat. You can't chat with us, really, but you know what I'm saying. Be here with you all to share these words of wisdom that will help us just to move forward in life with much more grace, ease, success, and sustainability. Until next time, this is Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, the queen of feeling fabulous. Wishing you all peace to your mind, wellness to your body, and tranquility to your spirit. Goodbye for now.